Hello, my crafty friends. I hope you're having a fabulous day. My name is Robyn Pitts with Sir Chauncey Rocco Creative Designs. If you're new to my channel, please take a moment to hit that red subscribe button at the bottom of the screen, as well as that little bell so that you will always be notified when I upload a new video. Today, I have a new design team project for ASC Craft Supply. They have two online retail locations on Etsy and the web. Created these lovely hexagon boxes with 3D flowers. To make this, I used the Stamperia Grand Hotel paper collection. You've seen me use this in a number of other projects. These boxes are created using a digital SVG file by MYSCRAPCHICK. In today's video, we're going to review this project and then I'm going to show you how easy it is to make it. I created these lovely boxes to go on a paper shelf that I shared with you in another video. I'll be sure to include a link in the description box below. I love the way this turned out. I think the contrast of the floral top and the striped bottom is so elegant. On the top, I've created this beautiful distressed flower. To give this flower more texture, I inked the edges and I also added in the Folk Art Glitterific paint in hologram. Beneath it, I have this beautiful white crocheted doily, and then I lined the top of the box with these pearls. And on the inside, I've created some smaller flowers. Now these flowers are the same flowers as this one right here. I've just cut them out on a smaller scale. In the next box, I've included this beautiful trim. And when I take this out, you can see that this box has ample storage for you to include jewelry, crafting items, candy, or whatever small gift you like. Now that I've given you a brief overview of these boxes, I'm going to grab my materials so that we can make this together. I'll be right back. I have gathered all of the materials to make our hexagon box with 3D flower. I am using a digital file by MyScrapChick. When you download the file, you will receive a menu which includes a photo of the project, and on each page it includes all of the pieces to make this project. I have cut out all of the pieces using my Cricut Maker. However, if you don't have an electronic cutting machine, you can simply copy these images onto decorative paper and assemble as we're going to do today. The paper collection that I'm going to be using is by Mintay. It's called Love Letters, and I have done a full product review of this paper collection in a previous video, and I will be sure to include the link in the description box below. I love this paper collection. I just love the muted peaches and mint greens. This is a beautiful collection, and I can't wait to create more fun projects with it. Included in the file, you will have the top lid. You'll have the bottom of the box. You'll have 5 layers of flowers and then 2 layers for the leaves. You'll also need some type of adhesive. I'm using art glitter glue. You'll need a bone folder and additional embellishments to decorate the box as you wish. We're going to start assembling the bottom of the box. So I'm going to set these pieces aside. This is the bottom of the box. I've already gone ahead and folded along the score lines, as well as around the top of the lid. To assemble this, we're simply going to fold and attach these tabs on each of these little panels here. This tab here fits perfectly within this space, so I'm just going to glue this all around. So I'm going to start by applying some adhesive on this first tab, and we're going to glue it just like so. Now, one thing I want to point out is that I wanted this box to be extra sturdy, so I used a cream 80-pound cardstock on the inside, and I covered it with this decorative paper on the outside. Then I'm going to move on to the next panel. Because the 2 layers are quite thick, you want to make sure that you give each panel enough time to dry. I'm going to turn this over and use my bone folder to make sure that there's a nice strong adhesion on each of the tabs. Okay, we're going to glue down the next tab. Then I'm going to glue on the next tab on the other side. Before I glue on the final tabs for this box, you'll notice that you have a small tab here. This is going to fold under and attach just like so. Okay, so we're going to glue on this tab here. Then I'm going to put glue on this tab here, and we will close up the box. Now that we have the base assembled, we're going to assemble the top, and we're going to put that together the same way we did the bottom of the box. Okay, so there is our box. Before we start making the flower, I want to go ahead and decorate the top of this. So I'm going to put some pearl around the top, and I'm just going to use my hot glue gun. Okay, so we have the pearls on the top of the box. Let's start making the flowers. To make the flower, you have 5 petals. And I've already gone ahead and inked these with this coral color. Next, we have 2 leaves. The lighter leaf I have inked with light blue. These are going to be layered together just like so. Now, to make the flower crinkled and distressed like I have here, you're going to need a few things. I have a water spritz bottle. You'll need some type of flower molding tool. Now, I have 2 sets here. I have the McGill set, and then I also have these pieces here in blue that I got on eBay. For this project, I'm going to use this stylus here because it's nice and large and will give my flower more body. And then I'm going to be using my Folk Art Glitterific paint to add that iridescent sparkle to the flower. So let's work with these flowers one at a time. I'm going to first spritz this. I want to make this wet. You'll see how it starts to bunch up. Then I'm just going to crinkle this in my hand. And you want to make sure you do it gently. Even though this is a thicker paper, you do want to make sure you don't tear the petals. And then I'm going to gently unfold it. Okay, and then I'm going to set that aside. I'm going to do that to the next piece. I'm going to do these to all of the pieces. And the water just breaks down the fibers of the paper. And you can even see how this flower is starting to get some dimension. So I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to crinkle these up. Okay, and I'm going to do these last 2. I'm also going to do this to the leaves because I want them to have that same crinkled, distressed look and feel as well. Okay, so I'm going to wipe off my workspace. To speed up the drying process, I'm going to use my heat gun, but first I'm going to start to unravel these. And again, you want to really take your time with this. I'm going to finish unfolding these, and I'm going to dry them, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I think I've heated this up enough. I'm going to start working with the largest flower. I'm going to take this largest ball. I'm going to turn this over to the side that I want on the bottom. Had to get my little foam mat. I'm going to take the largest size and just roll in a circle. And you'll notice that this is already getting dimension. Okay, I'm going to do that on the leaves. And I don't want it to be perfect. I'm just shaping it, cupping it, and then I'm going to flip it over. And then I'm going to let that dry. We're going to do that to the next leaf, turn it over. Just creating a little well. You'll notice that the leaves come to life. Okay, and you see how distressed they look? And I'm just going to let that dry. And you'll notice that these leaves will harden once they dry. Now, everyone has their own technique for making flowers. I'm just doing mine rather haphazardly because I want this to have a lot of texture. And I'm okay that some of the petals are a little torn because once you glue them down, they'll be layered anyway. So I'm working on the last layer. And for the leaves, I've just gone ahead and glued on the top layer. So now I'm going to take the largest leaf. I'm going to put a little dab of glue in the center. I'm going to take the next largest size and I'm going to offset it. Crinkle this in a little bit. I'm going to layer on the next layer. And it's okay if these are not perfect. See, as I push down in the center, how much dimension this is getting already? And then we have our last piece here. And again, each of these layers are being offset. And now you have a lovely distressed flower. I'm going to put this little flower here in the center, and I've distressed it with more ink. That's going to go right here in the center. Now what I want to do is add on crocheted lace doily. I'm going to put the hot glue and then just crinkle this up like so. And you see little bits of it poking out. And then we have our leaves. I've already gone ahead and glued on the top panel of these leaves. I'm going to add a little bit of my Spectrum Noir glitter ink. We're going to be working with two different types of glitter ink. We have the Spectrum Noir Sparkle, which is clear glitter, and then we'll also be using the Folk Art Glitterific and Hologram. So you want to make sure you shake this up really well. And I'm just going to dab this on to the leaves, just randomly. It doesn't have to be perfect. But you see, that adds a nice iridescent glow to it. And it's different from the chunky glitter that's going to go on the flower. I'm going to glue these leaves down. I'm going to make sure they have a little dimension. I didn't put the glue all the way through. Now we're going to attach the flower, and I'm just putting the glue directly down on the leaves and pressing the flower down. Now, let us add some of the glitterific to it. I'm just going to randomly dot this on. It doesn't have to be neat. I'm going to make sure you get the center. I think that's enough. I would like to add a sentiment to this box. I have cut off the bottom of the Mintay paper and I have the title that says Love Notes. I've tapered it a bit. I think I'm going to put it right under these leaves here. I'm going to put a little glue on this leaf. This is my completed box. I really like the way it turned out. I think this flower looks so beautiful, especially with the added sparkle. Inside we have this little peach flower, and I've distressed that with a dark peach ink. And I've also distressed all of the flowers. I've included a sentiment that says love letters. On the leaves you can see a little hint of sparkle where we use the Spectrum Noir glitter ink. On the side you can see the beautiful crocheted doily as well as the pearls surrounding it. On this side I wanted to add a pop of color, so I added this seam binding, and then I've just randomly attached the strands on the top of the box. And this is the bottom. And this is the inside. This concludes my review of the Hexagon box with 3D flower. Hopefully I've inspired you with new and creative ideas. If you like this video, please take a moment to give me a thumbs up and also leave a comment. Also, please be sure to check out my other videos included in this series. And last but not least, don't forget to visit ASC Craft Supplies either on Etsy or their website. Please feel free to use my code Robyn10, all in caps, to receive a 10% discount upon checkout. Thanks so much for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you on my next video. Bye for now, and happy crafting.